Hello, my name is Margie Greif. The case I chose for this assignment is the Franklin Industries whistleblowing case. The situation in this case is that Natalie works for Franklin Industries, and she discovered a suspicious transaction between Dinniking, the department manager, and a company called Vic Construction. She informed the internal auditors, who found that Vic Construction was owned by Denny's sister. $5 million was embezzled from the company through this relationship. Natalie filed a complaint with the HR department, but it was dismissed 6 months later. Her coworker advised her not to rock the boat. The CEO is also chair of the board, and the board always approves whatever the CEO does. If Natalie chooses to act on her values, there are questions to consider, such as, what are the main arguments to counter? What is at stake for the key parties, including those who disagree with her? What levers can she use to influence those who disagree with her? What is her most powerful and persuasive response? To whom should it be made? When and in what context? For the first question, there are several main arguments that Natalie will need to counter. First, there's the don't rock the boat mentality. It is expected or standard practice to turn a blind eye to indiscretions in the company. Also, the locus of loyalty. The board most likely is not interested in what Natalie has to say because the CEO is the chair of the board and makes most of the decisions. If Denny is approached, it is likely that he will say that it is a one-time incident and won't happen again. The third question that must be considered for Natalie is what is at stake for everyone involved? Well, Denny's reputation is on the line. He could lose his job and the respect of his peers. Natalie, if she pursues this path, could be seen as a troublemaker and not a team player. Shareholders could lose money if the fraud persists, but they could also lose money if the information about the fraud comes to light. Natalie will also need to take into account what levers can be used to influence those who disagree with her. Natalie could speak to her friend Roger about developing a plan to approach the board and CEO. She could tell Roger how everyone could be in jeopardy of losing their jobs if the fraud comes to light and they have done nothing. She could tell Denny that she has uncovered the truth and give him a chance to approach the board himself. Finally, Natalie needs to decide which response is the most powerful and persuasive, whom it should be made to, and the right timing or situation for it. Natalie could explain to Denny privately that he is cheating shareholders out of money that is rightfully theirs. She could point out the lack of ethical standards in his actions. She could also approach the CEO and board with these points. The final question in this case, if Natalie is afraid to go through the organization to bring up the misconduct, does she have sufficient standing to file a whistleblowing claim with the SEC under the Dodd-Frank Act? The answer is yes, she does have sufficient standing to file a whistleblowing claim. She is eligible because all three of the circumstances for eligibility are met. Disclosure is needed to prevent substantial injury to the entity or investors. She reasonably believes the entity is impeding the investigation. 120 days have passed with no action since she filed her report with HR. In conclusion, Natalie has several options open to her to do the right thing. With proper planning, a good support group, and the right tools, Natalie can maintain her integrity and report the wrongdoing. Thank you for watching.